You don't have a video or anything.
We do. I'll start us off here, Ron.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Good morning and welcome back to Louisville Slugger Field. My name is Chris Strubb. I am the Giving Day guy. I'm joined right now by Ron Gallo. He is the CEO of the Community Foundation. This is the start of our 11 a.m. broadcast. So, Ron, thanks for sticking around for a couple more minutes. I know it's a very busy day, and we appreciate our guest flexibility as well as we are making things work here on Facebook Live. Ron was like, man, I wish I could stick around because like you just said, we are, as you can see above my head, very close to a very special milestone, Ron. Looks like we're almost there.
We're almost there.
I remember that $4 million mark. Now, I've been working with the Community Foundation of Louisville on this initiative since 2017. And I remember sitting in Sam Swope in your office at like 11 p.m., begging and waiting for that ticker to cross that $4 million mark. And now it is 11 a.m. here before lunch, and we are approaching that $4 million mark. What does this growth of Give for Good Louisville over the years mean to the community, Ron?
It means an enormous amount because even though we promoted and it's our platform, this is really about an endorsement and support of our nonprofit community. And to see, no matter what's going on in our economy and our politics and anything, that Louisvillians and the folks of Kentuckiana come out strong and every year seem to give a little more, it just makes you happy.
It's such a great vibe. It's like a holiday. To me, this is what Louisville and Kentuckiana is all about. And more importantly, Ron, it's all about these organizations that we're very blessed to meet. We've got Erica here, and Erica was very gracious to stick around here for the start of our 11 a.m. hour. So before we say hi to Erica, Ron, let's play the video and set the tone for the conversation.
I would say life-changing.
Exhilarating.
I would say opportunity.
Friendship.
Adventurous.
Since as soon as you walk in the door, you have the opportunities to make friends, to network, and to just learn everything entrepreneurship has to offer.
I mean, at my school, I would say I'm on the quieter side of things. Here, I've tried to be more expressive and just learn more about people and just express myself a little more.
I'm an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur when I grow up. I consider myself to be one right now.
It's kind of helped me to understand that I don't have to be perfect all the time, and that there's still mistakes that can benefit me as I continue on.
Erica Russ Pennington, good to have you here.
Good morning.
You know, I broke out in a huge smile when I was watching that video.
Yes.
When someone who seemed about 16 or 17-year-old said, I am an entrepreneur.
Yes.
I don't think I knew that word till I was about 35. So that in and of itself is exciting that we are stimulating, identifying, and building entrepreneurship at such an early age. So remind our audience or introduce them to what is the target audience for your services?
Absolutely, yeah. Governor School for Entrepreneurs, we serve Kentucky's young entrepreneurs with our summer startup program, which is our summer program. We serve Kentucky's high school students, so you're right, 16, 17-year-old students. And then with our collegiate pitch program, we serve Kentucky's college students. So we also have an alumni program called the Ecosystem that continues to serve our students as they grow.
So these are those who went through the program, are now maybe successful entrepreneurs or coming back. There's nothing more important than that. Now, anytime I see a title of a nonprofit that has a government name in it, you need to disabuse our audience that this is not a government program or a government-funded program.
Right, yes. No, we are a 501c3 nonprofit program. We are, we love to have the governor's school name, but, we are, we are not government funded, so we are a nonprofit.
Yeah, no, that's always important.
Yes.
Why is it important that to Louisville or Kentuckiana that we have a program like yours?
Yeah, it is extremely important for these young people to be able to get they call it an experience of a lifetime. Over the summer with us, especially learning about entrepreneurship, learning these life skills. So even if they don't end up starting their own business, everything that they would take with them after the program can help them with success. We really encourage them to fail without fear. That's one of our mottos, and so we know that even in entrepreneurship and beyond can just really transform businesses across the Commonwealth.
Yeah, so it's not only important to those individuals, it's probably important to the future of our economy here.
It is.
Do you have any sense of how many of your successful entrepreneurs stay in the Louisville area?
Yeah, absolutely. So we serve the entire state of Kentucky.
Well, then in Kentucky.
So
in the
so we do have, our summer startup alums are high school alums. There are 70 businesses, actually probably now over 70 businesses that have been started by them since our inception in 2013. So just this summer we surpassed 1,000 alums, and 70 businesses have been started and have stayed in Kentucky. And then for our collegiate level, we have funded over 40 businesses for our collegiate entrepreneurs.
And I don't mean to put you on the spot with statistics, but any sense of how many jobs that those 70 and 40 businesses have created?
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you so much. That is actually asked quite a bit. So of the 70 of our summer startup, those range from them running their own business all the way to having some employees. So I would say around 100 jobs. And then for our collegiate entrepreneurs, they are also kind of in that startup phase. And I would say probably 40 to 50 jobs. So
yeah, you got to start somewhere.
yes.
Yes.
Erica, we can't say thank you enough for coming down and for being flexible. When I tell you that I could sit here and chat with you all day, being an entrepreneur myself, and having clung on to the Community Foundation here as an entrepreneur for 8 years now, I wish I could sit here and chat with you all day. But we do want to wish you the very best of luck with your Gear for Good Louisville endeavors. I know Ron doesn't want to go anywhere until we cross $4 million either. We're very, very close. But thank you so much for your time.
It'll be Aaron.
Great.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you all.
We really appreciate it.
Aaron, I think it's time to do the handoff.
I'm sad I didn't get to explain these. It didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Erica.
Thank you. Yeah, I know.
Bring that stuff over here, and you can join me for a minute and explain what it is.
Oh, okay.
I don't want you to leave sad at all. No. Come on.
I just want to make
Come
sure
on.
it has.
Come on.
Oh, you want both shirts?
I don't want anybody leaving here sad. Especially since I made you print some more. Okay, so I'm going to turn the mic back on. All right, we're back here with Erica. Erica, what have we got here? Let's see.
Hey, yeah, we just have some products from our alums. This is from Jenna Coles with Jenna's Kitchen. So this is her cookbook that she produced. She's an alum from 2021. We also have this from Annalie White Designs, who's an alum from 2019. All of these things you can purchase online.
To the camera
Yeah.
here. There you go.
Great.
You see it?
Yeah.
And where can they purchase them?
They can purchase them online through our website. Actually, we have all of these linked. So KentuckyGSE.com.
And a little honey here too.
Yeah, we've got some honey with Keith Griffith from 2022, an alum, with Being Together. So.
Super cool. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off like
That's
that. I felt
okay.
bad.
No,
We're
absolutely.
just
I really appreciate
got
it.
so many different groups coming through, and it's a long
Absolutely.
morning.
Thank
but
you so much.
love the work that you do. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
in.
you.
All right, we'll see you soon. Okay. It is a busy, crowded morning here in Louisville, and we're joined now by Aaron Henry back on.
Yep.
There he is. Good morning.
Morning.
Happy
again.
First Give for Good Louisville for
Yep.
you. Aaron is the new manager for Give for Good Louisville. Congratulations on the
Thank you.
job.
Thank you.
Having fun so far?
Oh yeah.
Matching your
excitement.
expectations and everything?
Yep. I was going to say, even more, exceeding my expectations.
Yes, and you know why that is? Because we are joined by so many amazing organizations. And we've got another one here on camera. We're going to let you kind of introduce them. And
So
get the
we've
ball rolling.
got Dress for Success, Louisville. Excited to have you all on, and really just want to kind of learn about your all's program and your mission and what you're trying to achieve.
Sure. Go ahead, ladies. So, Dress for Success Louisville is a time-trusted organization that's been working in nonprofit in Louisville for 25 years, actually. And their mission is to empower women. They want to give back. They want to bring women in that are looking for returning to the workforce, that may have fallen on hard times, any walk of life, age, ethnicity, race. As long as you are a woman, identify as a woman, or a teen girl, you are welcome to come into Dress for Success. And it's not just about clothing and suiting for interviews or for a job that you might have just gotten. It's also about restoring that joy, that confidence, and actually giving them that empowerment that when you walk in the room, you own it.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that Dress for Success does for every person that comes in there, every woman that just needs somebody to tell them, you can do this.
And I was going to say, do you have like specific locations, or do you have pop-ups, things like that?
That's a great question. We just moved into our new location in April of this year on Crittenden Drive.
Okay.
We just have the one location, but we are, I believe, one of 3 Dress for Successes worldwide that actually has a mobile unit. So our mobile unit can actually go out to other locations where women may not have the transportation to get to us.
I was going to say, accessibility is very important in providing those opportunities for young women is great. What does Give for Good Louisville mean to you all, being on this platform and being able to, share this message with women across Kentucky?
Yeah, so believe it or not, I've only been with Dress for Success for 10 months, so this is my first time being on Give for Good, so it's very exciting. But really it's about raising awareness. Dress for Success is, like Lisa had said, has been around for a number of years, but sometimes we go out into the community and they don't know about our services. All of our services that we provide are free, so really just getting the word out about how we can help the community.
I was going to say, accessibility and being able to spread that message is so important, because there's so many opportunities, and that's really what our goal is, to bring people together and to also provide just opportunities for everyone. That's really awesome and special. What are your all's plans for the future with growth and kind of building this organization?
This is my favorite question. So only being with the organization for 10 months, we've actually grown. Yes, that's my favorite word. We plan to open up a technology center in 2025, so that way women can come in and do hands-on resume training. We're going to restart our professional development women's group program. We're going to change that name, but offering professional development courses, branding, self-care, and what does that look like to the women in our community. We also plan to expand our mobile unit program. We realized that in COVID, Lexington lost their chapter. They weren't able to keep their doors open, so we need to not only go north and south here in Kentucky, but also east and hit Lexington, Georgetown, and Frankfort.
I was going to say, that's so important to provide opportunities for growth professionally as well for women, not just being able to help with self-confidence and presentation, but also bettering and moving forward in life is so important.
Yes, the other part of it is also financial freedom, because when you actually get those jobs, you want to keep them, but you also want to be in a position where you know that you are being, fiscally responsible, and you can manage your money, you can be able to apply it, and really feel the confidence across the board, so you know that you can do it. And it's called Fashion with Compassion.
Guys, speaking of confidently managing your money and everything, I need the attention of the room because we
Oh.
just crossed $4 million. It's a cool moment, isn't it? It's fun to see. Feel the energy in the room and everything. I was just telling Ron a few minutes ago that when I started working with Community Foundation back in 2017 on this event, I think it was $4.2 million was where we finished that day, and now it's not even lunchtime yet. So to be part of this growth and to be here and share this moment with you guys is really special. So
we love it. Thank you for having us.
yeah, it's been such a joy. We do want to wish you the very best of luck with your Gift for Good Louisville efforts today. Is there anything else you wanted to add quickly before we wrap things up?
You know, the only thing I wanted to mention is we have some really great events coming up. So on the 25th of September, we're doing our first ever Women's Resource Expo, where women can come in. Ulta's going to be there to do touch-ups on makeup and hair. We're having headshots done by Ben Markham. There's going to be a number of industry leaders there offering positions that are available, just to show women that they don't have to sit in an office, that they can do anything. We have our 5K run on October 12th, and then we'll finish out the year with Bourbon Bags and Bling. And we're having a big event at the Muhammad Ali Center.
Sounds super fun. So people can find you on Facebook, find your website, and even more importantly today, type in Dress for Success Louisville on giftforgoodlouisville.org and make your donations. This is Gift for Good Louisville 2024 live, and we'll be back in 60 seconds with our next group. Thanks.
Thank you.
PATH is People Against Trafficking Humans, Coalition of Kentucky. We're a nonprofit and we started in 2014. Our PATH educates and we raise awareness. We like to do presentations within the community. We're wide open to give them to companies, anybody who has an interest and wants to know more about what it is. That's who we reach out to. Well, I think every person should hear this message. I started teaching a human trafficking course at Louisville in about 2010. It's a supply and demand business. We demand cheap things, and there are people out there who are going to supply them for us. Everybody should hear this and understand how we participate in it. So I believe that our nonprofit can eliminate human trafficking, not by ourselves, but by working with other people, by educating other people, letting other people know every day these rights of human beings are being exploited. I would say call me and just ask. It's free. Our work is supported by donations and other grant money that we get. It will cost you nothing for us to come out and just do a 1-hour human trafficking 101. And I've done this many times to church congregations, different type of groups and agencies, and make the call.
We're back. So we are here with People Against Trafficking Humans Coalition. Thank you all for joining us today. This is a very important issue. So please tell me a little more about your mission and what you all are kind of working on right now and how Gift for Good is helping you drive that initiative.
Okay, well, human trafficking, we're fighting against human trafficking. That's very simple, but it's also very complex. And so what we do is educate and help people in the community to understand what it is that they might be seeing before us. We have all these myths and ideas of what it is, Simply put, human trafficking is exploitation of another person. I do something that forces you to do something that gives me a gain and you get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
That's human trafficking. It takes many different forms. It can happen through labor processes or through sex methods, different ways. For example, people who force other people to sell drugs, that's labor trafficking. Sometimes we might see people out on the street who are panhandling and asking for money. Maybe they're in a wheelchair or in some capacity. They're put there and they can't leave or be removed until they've given a quota to somebody else. That's labor trafficking. So it takes in many different forms. So through the years, the complexity of it, it's related to a law, federal law that was passed in 2000, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. And so basically 24 years ago, that's pretty new for law in our country. And out of that, there's training, there's funds, money for prevention, protect, and prosecute. And that's spread to each state has their own human trafficking law. And it's slowly developed. That's why we hear so much about it, because we are being trained, we learn more, and we're able to prevent these situations from happening.
And so Give for Good for us, we are an all volunteer-led organization, so 100% of the donations go back to our educational purposes, and that is what we are doing, is trying to just make the everyday citizen aware that what you're seeing, as Teresa described, panhandling, it actually is labor trafficking, those kinds of things. So we are totally relying on Give for Good. This is our major fundraising day, so we appreciate you all and appreciate those who are going to donate.
It's a passion of ours in trying to raise dollars that can actually make change. And this is such a, it is an ongoing issue, and there are so many different ways that people are pulled into trafficking. So it's crucial to identify it and see how we can actually help those people in need. What are some of your plans moving forward?
So January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and we are going to be hosting virtual every week in January. We're going to be hosting a virtual session on different topics. Grooming is one, for how familial trafficking is another one, that a lot of trafficking victims are trafficked by their family members, which we don't really want to hear about, kind of thing. Human Trafficking 101, what is it, how do we recognize it, that kind of thing. So every Friday in January we'll be having a virtual session. So you all can check out our website, pathcoalitionofky.org. We'll get some information up there pretty soon. The registration will be opening soon. So we are looking for funding to help support those classes, and we are looking for people to attend them because everybody needs more education.
Yeah.
Well, also those are going to be CEU available for professionals in the field. And so many people need a certain amount of CEUs. We're going to have the opportunity for at least 12 during that month on the human trafficking specific. So we're going to have a broad outreach and available from that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. I do want to acknowledge before we wrap things up, you've got a fan club watching at home or around Kentuckiana on Facebook. Lauren Yates says, learned so much from Path. Thank you. And Carol Curtis says, Louisville and Kentucky, be aware of human trafficking. Thanks, Path Coalition, for a decade of advocacy and education to reduce human trafficking. Carol Curtis says, so important to do specialized training for professionals to recognize the signs of trafficking. Looking forward to the CEU opportunities. And those are just a few of the comments. There's more, but we got to wrap things up, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming down and spending some time here and for participating in Give for Good Louisville this year.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good to see you guys.
Appreciate it.
Aaron, when I tell you this is about as excited as I've ever been for a conversation. Now, I'm a cat person.
I was going to say, the cat's out of the bag.
He's been working on that one for weeks, guys. That's your new Gifford Louisville manager. This is the Lucky Cat Cafe and Lounge. Let me get the right label up here. Sorry, guys. There you are. And we are thrilled to have you guys here.
Yeah.
You know, I was begging Christine, I'm like, can I just host the whole stream from the Cat Cafe instead? Like,
Just kittens. Just holding kittens.
we would love to hear more about the cafe and what you guys have got going on there.
Yeah, so Lucky Cat Cafe is the only nonprofit cat cafe in the state of Kentucky. We're located on Dundee, off of Archtown Road, in the Douglas Loop. We're a completely volunteer-run operation. Natalie is one of our fearless volunteers. I'd love for her to share a little bit about why she loves volunteering for Lucky Cat.
So I absolutely love volunteering for the Lucky Cat Cafe because I absolutely love cats and just animals in general, and it always breaks my heart to see a cat or a dog just on the street, homeless, unable to help themselves. So, and we're apparently overstocked on a whole lot of shelters. So our cafe helps with that, like, absolutely well.
Yeah.
Natalie, your makeup is remarkable.
Thank you.
I'm assuming it's makeup and that you're not naturally blue.
Yes, about to say, I have blue ears and a little bushy blue tail as well. So I just had to use some face makeup and do a cute little blue cat out of it.
Do you have a cat of your own?
I have 7 cats at home.
Okay, that was a loaded question that I was asking. Yes. These cats are named?
Polar, Dolly, Lila, Doe, Nugget, Hershey's, and Sammy.
All right, you want to hear the worst question of the day? You have a favorite cat?
Oh, I have a toddler cat. About to say, I have a cat that loves me as a favorite. I have a little black cat who's just an absolute toddler and just yells at me as soon as I get home.
What's the best part of being a cat owner?
The best part of being a cat owner is that you don't have to like go outside to help like with exercise as much. And with that you have a bunch of cat purring and cuddles, and the purring can even like heal you in some cases.
I think appears your board president, Vanessa, is saying that she loves your enthusiasm, so she's rooting you on. Sounds like there's a really great community of cat lovers around Louisville.
Yes, our main mission is to help reduce overcrowding in shelters by providing another place. All the cats at the Cat Cafe are up for adoption, so you can come in and get to know a cat, let a cat choose you. All 3 of my cats chose me or my roommate in my house, you know, and so it's a great environment. And then if even maybe you have a partner who's allergic to cats and you need some cat love anyway, come on in and just spend time with the cat. It's so relaxing there. So
you guys sell merch as well? I see you got the shirt on there. Yeah.
Yes.
So come on down and.
Yep. We're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 12 to 6. Except on Sunday, 12 to 5. And we're going to have evening hours on Wednesday every other week. And we do arts and crafts days. And we're about to have cat yoga on the 19th. So.
Aaron, can I fly back for cat yoga next week? Is that all right? Is that gonna be let me ask Ron if that's okay, if I can expense that real quick.
Great opportunity, and I love your all's passion so much. Do you all have any events coming up? Anything, additional programs?
Yeah, so we are doing adoption nights on Wednesday. So if someone is interested in adopting a cat, just wants a more intimate experience with the cat, get to know them really well, we're open Wednesday 5 to 7. And then Sundays, we're doing Arts and Crafts Day where you can come in and get a kit. You can make a blanket or a cat toy or any, we have some painting as well that you can do. And so we do that on Sundays, just an extra fee for the kid. It's already there for you, so you just come in and do arts and crafts with the cats. And then, like I said, cat yoga on the 19th, so that'll be a regular thing we're hoping.
I love that. On Wednesday night, so my mom actually volunteers, not at a cafe. I mean, my family's from New York. I live in South Carolina, so not around here. But Wednesday nights, I'll text or call my mom, and she's like, "Can't talk. I'm at Cats right now." So my family is definitely a cat family. It's so special to have you guys here. And like I said, Aaron, I think next year maybe we need to make a visit over to the Cat Cafe and.
Yes, please come by. It's very fun there.
I am totally in my element when there are cats all around. So.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I was going to say, you all are the cat's meow.
I appreciate all the cat puns. It's absolutely perfect.
On that note, guys.
It is totally possum.
This is Give for Good Louisville 2024 live. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And thank you to all the fans here. Vanessa has put the link in there as well. Great nonprofit. We love Natalie's enthusiasm as well, says Jeff Elder. So your fans, I know.
That's what Jeff Elder is my dad. So.
Oh, his dad. There you go. Well, Jeff, your daughter's doing some wonderful work here, and her makeup looks fantastic. To all our friends that are in the comments that are saying, can't wait to see our Callaway boys, Ethan and Papa, EthanAlmighty and Papa. Ethan is in the building, so we will get to Ethan here momentarily. But coming up next, hang on. We've got more great nonprofit action here live from Louisville Slugger Field. Okay, we are live. Back here from Louisville Slugger Field. My name is Chris Strubb, the Giving Day Guy. There's my microphone. Sorry about that. We are rocking and rolling through. I don't know who made this schedule with no breaks here all morning. It was me. Aaron, we're going to introduce our next wonderful organization here. This is the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Kentucky and Southern Indiana. And I tell you what, let's start with their video and then we'll kick off the conversation.
Great. Caregiving is around the clock, and so are we. The ones closest to you usually know you best. If something doesn't seem or feel right, reach out for a helping hand. Serving Kentucky and Southern Indiana for more than 40 years, we can be your compass, navigating the journey together in the fight against Alzheimer's and dementia. You are not alone.
That's our message for today.
All right. Tell us a little bit about the organization, your plans, and just how you're helping families through some tough times.
Great. Well, I'm Shannon White. I'm the chapter executive of the Greater Kentucky and Southern Indiana chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. And with me today is Judy Miller, who is living with Alzheimer's. And we are here today in support of the 100,000 people living with Alzheimer's and dementia across Kentucky and Southern Indiana, and the 250,000 caregivers that take care of them. Mm-hmm. And we are so excited to be here today. We know that today is about giving, but we really want people to know that you are not alone, that our organization is giving back with support groups, education programs, and really wrapping our arms around families in need.
No. I was going to say, I noticed your t-shirt, you actually have an event, a walk, I believe?
We do. The Louisville Walk to End Alzheimer's is going to be here at Louisville Slugger Field on October 19th at 9 a.m. We'd love for the entire community to join us. We also have 12 walks across Kentucky, starting off this Saturday in Paducah.
Yeah, and so what are kind of the plans with those walks? Are you planting out these little flowers?
Yes. Yeah, so these are our Promise Garden flowers, and each color represents something different. So Judy, you want to tell them what blue stands for?
Yes, this is the one I have Alzheimer's, so
yes.
I have the blue.
The blue flower.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then orange is if you support the cause, yellow is if you are a caregiver, and purple is if you've lost someone to the disease. Okay. And so you pick your color, whatever resonates with you the most, mm-hmm. and then we plant those in a garden after we have a Promise Garden ceremony, and it's just such an inspiring, hopeful event, and it raises critical funds for our organization, like today will.
Yeah, I was going to say that that is so impactful, just to show that community and families coming together and just making that meaningful connection, and that, you know, we all work together.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's what's so important about our organization, is that when people get the diagnosis, they don't really know where to turn. And our organization is here. We have a 24/7 helpline that is staffed by master level clinicians. You can call at 2 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve and say, my loved one is really struggling. Do you have any tips or hints? And so donations today, $100 goes to fund that helpline. $50 can support some of our support groups that we have all across the state. Judy is in our early stage Alzheimer's support group, and do you want to talk a little bit about how that's changed your life?
Well, yeah, I'd like to. When I found out, it was in 2022 that I had Alzheimer's, and it was early onset. But you know, both my daughters and myself, you know, it's quite the, you know, you don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
You know, so. It changes your life right away, because I remember the doctor saying one of the things, you know, was first go home and get all your, you know, papers in order, which that was kind of a gulp. But the second thing was to, you know, whatever you wanted to do in your whole life, start doing it now.
Right.
And so you just, but then it's like, well, what? And then here, my daughter was the first one to get a hold of Alzheimer's Association, called me and just got all kinds of information and said, Mom, you gotta call him, you gotta call him. And then it came a time when I just, you know, you can't just tell anybody that, oh, I have Alzheimer's, because sometimes it just scares them.
Yeah, right.
And so I walked in the door, and I did not want to go into this support group, and I backed out, and then I thought, well, who am I going to talk to? I can't keep talking to my daughter. And I'm telling you, I found people there, you know, Shannon included, but people that were living with this, you know, and it was just amazing. So you know, I try to give my all for anything I can do. And I have to say that, you know, the walk for Alzheimer's is amazing. And all the things that are coming down the pike as far as, you know, medical things going on. I just finished 1 whole year of Lequembi, so first only medicine, and I do an infusion every 2 weeks. But there's more and more coming. You gotta get the finances to keep those doctors and all of that going, and that's a big part too.
Right,
but
right.
helping other people that are coming in on this.
Yeah, right. And that's really what our organization does, is we support people that are living with the disease and the people that care for them. And we also are the 3rd largest funder of Alzheimer's research. We are behind the US and the Chinese government.
It's amazing.
It is. So $500 today supports research that's happening right here at U of L, UK, and Western Kentucky.
Yes.
And I think, you know, you mentioned it battles that stigma as
it
well.
Does. It does.
That news doesn't have to stop your life.
Right.
It, you know, it provides new opportunities, and again, having that community, having that support, because it is a scary time as well when you hear that news. What do you do with that information?
And that's how we introduced Judy, is that Judy is living with Alzheimer's. She has not been straddled, or this is this is not a great disease. It is a terrible diagnosis, but she is living with Alzheimer's very successfully, and has an incredible new network of friends and others that are living with it as well.
And it's amazing, because I did tell a lot of my neighbors, I just, you know, thought, I'm going to get out there, and every single one of them said, well, my dad had it.
Right.
My aunt, whatever.
My grandmother.
Whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but it was always hidden, and that's where the stigma comes in.
Right.
And we've got to stop that, because this is no different than any other disease.
Yeah. And really, Alzheimer's kills more people than prostate or breast cancer combined. And everywhere I go, people have my grandmother, my grandfather, my mom, my aunt, like Judy said. So we would love to have your support today.
I'm so sorry we have to cut this conversation
That's great.
short. This has been absolutely just really enlightening and so important. And it's inspiring to hear your story. Thank you for being courageous and coming out and sharing it with us. And thank you for all the special things you continue to do, and the people that you inspire. So
thank you so much.
Thank you
for making this happen.
Yes, thank you so much for having us, and hope to see you October 19th.
It's an honor to meet you guys.
Okay, thanks again.
October 19th, save the date, guys.
Thank you so much.
It is Gift for Good Louisville 2024. Just wanted to acknowledge Daniel Johnson says, look at Shannon, and Lauren Yates says, hi Shannon. I know people who are benefiting from the hotline or the helpline, so needed. Thank you for all that you do.
That's amazing.
You know, so we are really grateful. If you want to step back in the frame there and just wave goodbye, there you go.
Thank you so much.
It's so cool today to be able to meet so many inspiring people like you guys. So thank you, and we'll see you next time. And this, Aaron, I think is the moment that the internet across Kentuckiana and Southern Indiana has been waiting for.
Yep. I was going to say, we're with EthanAlmighty's Blessings, Inc. Who do we have here?
This is Ethan. I'm Jeff Calloway. This is Ethan.
Awesome. So tell us about the organization, how you all got started, and
So EthanAlmighty's Blessings started, really it was my vision because he came in such bad shape, and you know, people didn't think he was going to live, he was going to make it, and there was so much support through the community of people, whether it was saying a prayer for him or financially helping out. And I really just wanted to start social media, really just to get back to folks. But then, as I was working at the animal shelter, I saw a lot of folks that couldn't afford vet bills. They couldn't pay their vet bill. And the choice then is euthanasia or surrender your animal. And that's your family pet. I mean, they're a member of your family. And so neither one of those seemed like a good option to me. So I thought this would be a wonderful way to try to get back even more.
Yeah. I was going to say, you know, it is a definite struggle with shelters and you know, people being able to support their animals and health issues that pop up.
Things pop up. You know, you get a car repair you've got to do. You know, some other kind of medical bill comes up, and then something comes up with your animal.
Yeah.
And to be able to help your animal, and the only way that's preventing that is finances, just doesn't seem like a good option to me. I mean, it would be heartbreaking to do something like that. So we help people pay vet bills they can't afford. We do free spay and neuter. We do microchipping and rabies vaccines. And we just helped this past legislative session get Ethan's Law passed in the state of Kentucky, which makes the intentional torture of a cat or a dog the first offense Class D felony, which is very important in the state.
Yeah.
Aaron, the internet has been waiting with bated breath for about 45 minutes. I have so many Ethan comments on my Facebook stream that I can't even get to them all. Debbie Maddox says, what a great day for the city of Louisville. Waiting anxiously to hear from EthanAlmighty and his Papa Jeff. Liz Duff says, can't wait to see and hear from EthanAlmighty and Papa. Donated with love from Lexington. And Jeff, that's really what it's all about today, is these donations, right? So let's talk about those costs and talk about how important donations are today to your organization.
It all goes back. Ethan has a wonderful way to capture people's eyes, their ears, and their hearts. And we want to be able to help as many people as we possibly can, but it always comes down to money. And while we've created some really good partnerships and some collaborations with some people, it does take money and it does take cost. Everything that you do, everything, you know, it's just like your own health care. It's gonna take money, it's gonna take cost. And we're just a place that's been able to pull all that together, and people reach out to us all the time, and we're blessed that to this point we haven't been able to turn anyone away. But it all comes down to money. And it comes down, that's what it's going to take to continue to help people out in this community, and we just want to help as many pet owners as we possibly can.
I want to read one more comment here. Kathy Logsden says, my hero, EthanAlmighty, when I was diagnosed with incurable cancer, he helped me to keep fighting, and he continues to do so every day.
Yeah, the stories, I'll tell you, man, I put his story out there on social media so people could see what he was doing on a day-to-day basis, and that was really the extent of it. And then I started getting emails and phone calls and letters from people about how his story had changed their life, and they had never met him. People have this personal connection with Ethan that may live across the country, and it blows me away, and I just want to continue to give back. You know, I've heard the saying, you know, the two most important days in your life, the day you're born and the day you find out why. And Ethan is my why. He's why I want to continue to give back every way we can to the pets in Kentucky and through this community.
I was going to say
and
that.
He's pretty daggone sweet.
I was going to say, he's a good boy.
Yeah, love having him around. And so to everyone out there, thank you very much for supporting us at this point. Thank you for the continued support, the future support, and we just want to make you guys proud and do everything we can to help out animals.
Let's get you out on this. You know, I know you've got an international community here watching and cheering for Ethan and everything throughout the day. What does it feel like in Louisville today? What would you say to people who've never been to Louisville? Like, what does this day mean to this community?
This is such an important day for this community. There are so many amazing organizations doing so many amazing things. You see one after another and you think, wow, I'm going to give to that organization. Then the next one comes on, you want to give to that organization. And Louisville is such a fantastic community for giving, and there's so many great things out there. We just proud to be a part of it, really.
It's an absolute honor to have you guys here. Thank you so much for coming in.
It's an honor to be here.
And we have satisfied the internet community, the voice of hope for those fur babies who have no voice. Dana says, we love you, Angel, Ethan, and Papa. I love you, Ethan and Papa. EthanAlmighty is a blessing to all the animals who need help. 100% volunteer-led organization. All your donations will help animals. We appreciate your help. So
we usually finish things up with, please do something kind for someone today. You know, as much as we help animals, we also want to spread kindness.
Today is that day.
Today's the day. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
down.
guys so much.
Pleasure to
Thank you
meet you.
Yeah.
Back in 60 seconds.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
All right, Aaron, we are back, and we're going to meet our new friend Susan here. You want to take it away?
Yeah. So Susan, please tell us about your initiative. I'm sorry, I'll let you pronounce it and kind of talk about your initiative.
Okay, well, my name is Susan Bornstein. I'm the founder and the CEO of the Asclepius Initiative. Asclepius represents medicine and healing in Greek mythology, and I know that I picked a name that people can't remember, can't pronounce, and can't spell, but at least it doesn't get confused with all of the other organizations that have the words Kentucky and Health in them.
So true. And I will say, you know, in a lot of, you know, hospitals, I believe it's the staff that's symboled with the snakes around it, if I'm not mistaken.
Caduceus, yes.
Yeah. So tell me some different programs and what your organization is really achieving for people.
Sure. So the Asclepius Initiative was founded in order to build support, to provide education and to build support for the idea that everyone's until death. I mean, how amazing would it be if you could go to a doctor's office and the first thing they asked you is, how are you, not how do you want to pay today?
Yeah.
Where you don't have to have a copay or a deductible that present an obstacle to care.
No.
The United States spends 18% of gross domestic product, or the highest amount of any developed country, on healthcare, and we have the lowest life expectancy, the greatest burden of chronic disease, and the worst maternal and infant mortality of any of our peer developed countries. And our idea, the idea of this organization, is to connect the dots between what the evidence shows would be the benefits of everyone simply having health insurance and what many people believe, which in a number of cases aren't quite true, about the fears of such a system.
Yeah.
So that's really what we're all about.
I was going to say, that's so crucial to kind of break down that barrier in healthcare and trying to make those payments. That's such a difficult choice.
Well, the Asclepius Initiative did a survey back in 2022, and we found that 86% of uninsured Kentuckians, but as many as 2/3 of insured Kentuckians, had to go without medical care or medication secondary to cost. And that's harming the well-being of our community, right? And that's what this day is all about, is to make a healthier, more vibrant, productive community in our great city of Louisville. And so we very much want to do that, and having good health is at the very, it's just integral, it's core to being able to do those things.
That's how we grow together, is that we have a healthier society.
Exactly.
So I'm curious, what are your all's plans in the future moving forward, and how is Give for Good Louisville helping you achieve that?
Well, that's a really complicated question. I'll try to take it piece by piece. One of the things that I would like the viewers to know is that we have tremendous resources on our website to help people navigate the healthcare coverage system that we do have. So we have explainers on insurance terminology, comparing medical plans, how to choose between Medicare and Medicare Advantage, and actually how to reconcile medical bills. So it has been reported that as many as 80% of medical bills are incorrect. I've been charged for x-rays I never had done. I've been charged for a well-woman exam that should have been free. And less than 50% of people challenge their medical bills, but of those that do, about 40% are successful. So we encourage people to go to the website, allinallinsured.org. We made it easier to spell and pronounce. And that toolkit, that educational toolkit, is free. So that's one of the big projects that we did in the past through a grant from the Kentucky Department of Public Health's Office of Health Equity. And this year we're doing a study to try to better understand the disconnect between our relatively low uninsured rate and our terrible health outcomes in Kentucky. So those are some of the things that we're working on, and as far as what financing or funding would do would be to help us get our resources out to a broader audience, so that even though our system isn't where it might need to be, we can help people better obtain insurance and utilize insurance so as to optimize the care that they get.
Susan, we want to say thank you so much. I'm over here, sorry. We want to say thank you so much for coming in today on Give for Good Louisville Day, and we want to wish you the very best of luck with fundraising today.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor to be a part of it.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thanks so much for coming.
Have a good day. Thank
All right, we'll see you soon.
Test, check.
Education First Foundation.
Here we are.
All right. Andrea? Andrea, gotcha.
So this is two, right, Chris?
Yeah. Is Yambretta coming too? Okay, I need him now.
Okay. Who's on?
This is Andrea and Jan Breda, Education First Foundation.